Hi, my name is Charles Holbrook, and I am an expert user interface developer. I work for several large companies like America Online and Bank of America, and I've done a bunch of different technologies, including JavaScript, HTML, Backbone, XJS, Angular.js, done a bunch of server-side languages like PHP, ASP, C Sharp, and I have built out teams before for some of these companies. Millennial Media was a startup I was recently with. They went public in 2012 and are now worth a couple $1 billion. In any case, when I was brought on, they just had an offshore development team and a Flex application. So I came in and replaced that with a JavaScript-based one using XJS and later AngularJS, and built out the onshore team in the process. I took a look at your request. There's not a whole lot of details on what you're trying to do with this project. I'd love to talk to you more about that. But of the few things you did mention, I'd like to show you some examples of work I've done before related on that. So I was talking about Millennial Mia before. This is their homepage. This is based in WordPress. Nice thing about WordPress is if you have a public site, it does SEO very well, and designers love it, generally speaking. But we had to integrate with an actual backend application, which is where Media came in. And this is a self-service app that was the XJS, then later AngularJS application I was talking about. And it handled bringing together Monetize, which is the app developers, with advertisers. So the people who are creating campaigns to run on Millennial Media's network. In any case, after signing into the application, you would be able to put in your credit card and account information to either receive payment or make payments. So basically, that's the e-commerce side of it. We use Stripe for that. We looked at a bunch of different providers for payment systems. But Stripe is nice because they're very startup friendly. They are a startup themselves. They know what it's like to be agile. And they offer a very nice to work with SDK that's JavaScript based, and it puts all the information directly on their server. So those credit cards never touch their system. You don't have to worry about that financial data at all. Um, I've also done work for Bank of America. So this is one of the applications I designed there and helped with the team to implement it. But it basically shows the financial reporting for their HR system. We also built out their HR system, and I helped with the UI design again. And so this is showing our impersonation system we use a lot for testing, but also live in production. If you want to go in as someone else, you can go ahead and choose one of these guys and then put in a different password for them, and it would log you into the system as that person. It also has a regular login with a product called a SiteMinder, which uses your actual Windows authentication information to pass it along when logging into the system. It also do a standard login if this is a public site too, no problem. We also had search built in, and the search was very sophisticated with this. So you can search on any type of different fields, and it would go ahead and do that search, and you can combine them. So this doesn't end, and it's looking for all these things ended together. You could also add any one of these number of fields. So if you want to look for a very specific hiring manager, you can go ahead and look for that right here just by checking their names off or typing them in and then narrowing them down that way. Uh, in any case, this is done mostly with JavaScript. This is an XJS front end here, and it called RESTful services. So almost everything I do these days uses a service-oriented architecture to separate out your business logic from a lot of your UI presentation layer. In any case, I'd love to work with your primary developer and figuring out what that design should be and how we can implement it. I've also done some smaller sites, which probably not what you're looking for, but I do have that background, breadth of knowledge of what else is out there. But this is just based a Magento e-commerce site that was fairly simple, and I just really reskinned it and took me a couple days. But if we do need to integrate some off-the-shelf products very quickly for a demo, I've done that before, done in a startup environment. I founded my own company too, called Street Deck, which was several years ago, and this is actually a C++ based product, and it's now not used anymore, but this is the first startup I did. In any case, I'd love to talk to you more about what I can do for you and how I can work with you. I'm in Maryland, so on the East Coast. Love to talk to you anytime available then. I can be on Skype or on phone, and just let me know.